Hello and welcome to another edition of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
I'm Kyle. How are you?
I'm feeling great. I'm not worrying about any of the other sports teams right now in Philadelphia, by the way, because that will bring down my mood. I'm doing great.
I'm doing great as well because, yeah, the team behind me is not doing great. And
I mean, and 4-1, it's okay, whatever. But
hey,
yeah,
look, I'm great. I know WIP's gonna have some great takes
so some
tomorrow.
really, really great rational takes. It's going to be such a pleasant place. I mean, full of rational thoughts, just really even-keeled stuff. Definitely praising Rob Thompson and his
Let's,
managerial
let's
prowess. Happy Coaches Day, everyone. As we're
happy
recording, this is
Coaches
Coaches
Day.
Day. We're coaches too. We're some coaches, so
No, I mean,
yeah.
look, at the end of the day, Union win the Shield.
Yes, they did it.
They did
They
it.
did it.
And shout out to the person that said, Union are not winning tonight. Love you for that. Great comment. Um, and we'll always continue to read your work as well.
And shout out to the person who said that the Union were getting what, like 26 points this season.
Oh, that's not fair.
No, I mean,
No, I mean we're gonna have some fun in this episode
yeah.
because at the end of the day, look,
And there you start. Start the
I'm
at
fine
the end of
with
the
that.
day counter. That's one. You could probably do a counter for how many times I like mess with my hair too, to be fair.
True, to be fair, but look, Union wins Support Shield. Union two are in good position heading into the playoffs. We're gonna talk
Indeed.
about both of them.
Yes, we are.
The main focus tonight, if you guys have hopped on here to talk about Union two,
Mhm.
they'll be at the end because we really got to dive into the remarkable season of the first team. And I know some of you are hopping in here to hear about our thoughts on the second team, and I
Oh,
appreciate
we
that.
got plenty of that. And yeah, appreciate everyone who has mentioned that they appreciate the work on Union too.
Yeah, I mean
That always means a lot to hear that.
it really does. And again, I know Todd and Jose were shutting a lot of us out in the media. Again,
Yes.
Todd and Jose, if you haven't heard their episode, it's under 2 hours. I promise you that. It's excellent. Like
Yeah,
I
great
told them
stuff.
both, it was probably one of my favorite episodes I've ever heard from those two. So please go check that out. Check out Jimmy King. Check out,
Check out all the independent
yeah. I
writers.
mean, Evan Knows Ball was there the other day, um, with Philly Soccer Now, and just everybody.
Hmm.
It was a really great night in Chester this weekend, both first and second teams. So again, we'll get into that, but before we do, what are we wearing?
Okay, well, I'm making its podcast debut. I finally got the kit from this year, the Voltage kit. And yeah, so it actually I don't mind. It's not bad. Um yeah, it may or may not have a name on the back. I'm not saying if there is.
No comment. Anyway, I'm wearing the raccoon because on Saturday, Philadelphia played NYCFC, and we remember the last time NYCFC was in Chester,
Rec-
Raccoon showed up. So
Yeah,
felt like making a return on the episode. But
classic.
anyway, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Before we get started, though, where can people find us?
Okay, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts. Also, we have our YouTube channel for the One Team We Agree On. Find us on our socials at TOTWAG on Twitter and Blue Sky. We're on Instagram at the One Team We Agree On, as well as on Facebook. And you could visit our website, theoneteamweagreeon.com, where we have lots of articles and things that we've been working on. So definitely check that out. You can find me at silly_Jilly on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'm on Blue Sky at Jillian Almany. And Kyle, you are at Coach Almany on all of the above.
Yep. So, Union wins the Shield.
The Union won the Shield. How many of you saw that coming? Like at the
Uh,
beginning of the season? Be honest.
Let's fast forward, and I was looking for the clip today where we did our preseason.
We could call ourselves out on this.
We
Yeah.
can and we will because we had 48 points.
I mean, we didn't think they were going to be dreadful.
No, we all said they'd make the playoffs. They'd probably be a
I figured
play-in.
they might be like eighth or ninth. Like I was thinking more of
Yeah,
like a
or like
more
sneak
or
in.
yeah, like more towards like
And
um
we're not ashamed like maybe some other people that are out there that, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus because look, if you cover the team, if you're a fan of the team, be happy. I
yeah,
mean, this is a
soak it in.
remarkable story in itself, and we're gonna get into this, but think about this. With the win on Saturday night, first time Union have ever hit 20 wins in the season.
It's
And we're
remarkable.
not done. They still got a game in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just glad it's not going to come down to the game in Charlotte
I mean,
because
yeah, let's all be honest with that.
hmm
Philadelphia becomes the seventh team in MLS history to win multiple support shields, which I looked at. I mean, you look at the names of clubs that everybody talks about now being like staples. The Union are still punching above their weight.
they really are. I mean, I think it's really impressive. I mean, this is, you know,
And shout out to
16th year.
Tampa Bay Mutiny, who won the very first one. That was my very first favorite MLS club back in the day. Carlos Valderrama fan. For those of you who don't know who Carlos Valderrama is, go look him up. Great, great soccer player from Colombia. Great, great soccer player. Anyway, um, you're now second expansion club in MLS history to win multiple supporting shields.
Porter Shields.
Thank you. Joining LAFC. Um,
Could have been three had the rules been different. But the funny thing is, of course, that same rule that screwed the Union in 2022 helped the Union in 2025. So, okay.
um, let's talk about the atmosphere. Uh, we left early now. Obviously, Alicia, your bridesmaid, and
Yeah, my
Catherine.
best friend, Alicia, she came with us, and
a-
her daughter, who's my goddaughter.
And is it Lucky Goddaughter now?
She is because she was with us for the day game 2 weeks ago with against Revolution and they won. So I was like, all right, but yeah, lucky. The funny thing is
Both games
they
were 1-0.
yeah, also she was not she and both of them were not in the stands when Mikkel scored. So it was kind of funny. They come up and I'm like, you missed the goal. They're like, oh, we saw it on the TV down there and there at the concessions. Um but yeah, what a game for them to come to. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
no, and if you're listening on the Spotify, we're gonna share some pictures right now.
Yeah.
First, shout out to the Sons of Ben. I want to share this one right now.
Yeah.
The join or die. So we were talking to Ryan Bross yesterday.
Okay.
And I said, "Was that your kit? I mean, your tifo?" And he said, "No, it wasn't. It was a couple other guys that they got this together." And yeah, I thought that was, and somebody asked me, is that the best one ever? And I'm like, there's been a lot of really good ones, but I would say in the last 2 years, that's really
That
impressive.
was a really good one. And, you know, it was great to see that there. Honestly, I I feel like, yeah, it's a shame that there hasn't been as much of that this year, but it was one of the best ones I've seen in a while.
No, and I'm glad they got that one. And then also, just the fans. I mean, I know Jose and Todd talked about it, like the Heineken deck, but you could see early on, like even over where I'm pointing at across where I guess it was the Captain Morgan deck, there was
Yeah.
fans over there.
Well, yeah, they had to just sell standing room tickets and it I'm looking around and it was packed. And honestly, I mean the tailgate was bumping before, and
When we got there, it was bumping,
yeah.
and we got there right at the beginning,
Yeah.
and the place was busy. By the time I walked in, what time did I do? About 6 o'clock, with Todd and Shelby. Yeah, it was a good time, and you could tell people were energy. And that's the thing. The No one talk about the Shield, don't
Right.
jinx it,
Yeah, right.
but you could tell there was either nervous vibes
Anticipation.
anticipation. And as I said to like five or six people, I'm just watching this team all year and covering them.
Hmm.
I was perfectly calm. Meanwhile, you were like, oh, come on, come on, come on.
I think I sent you a GIF of someone breathing into a paper bag,
You did.
like late in the game, like this is me. Yeah, listen, as someone who has followed Philly sports their entire life, okay, I have learned that um, you know, the sports gods giveth and they taketh away. And being a little kid, I got my first taste of that thanks to Joe Carter, 1993.
Do I have to tap the banner behind me right
The
now?
Dolphins one.
Yeah. Do I have to tap that? Because I can tap that. I mean, 1984, Joe Montana defeated Dan Marino, went
Well, that was
Dolphins.
before that
Yeah,
was
I
before
mean,
me. Yeah.
I could name about five games Dolphins lost to the AFC Championship.
Obviously, I lived through 2022.
I can name the last two Timberwolves, Western Conference Finals. I mean, I could list could go.
Eagles 20 or 2004
I could
season.
name the Earthquake series against the A's and the Giants.
Sixers 2001. Yeah.
Yeah, 2000,
Flyers. Yeah. Stanley Cup.
2001,
Black Moon.
Timberwolves, Lakers. Yeah, I mean, let's just
Yeah.
talk about it.
I mean, it's
Regardless, if you're
listen, Philly sports fans, suffering a bit, But
wait,
anyway,
wait,
the fact is,
the Union won the
the
Shield.
Union won the Shield and it was glorious. And you know, just to talk about this a little bit, um, well, we're gonna get into the game here.
We will, but
Like,
I really need to play this clip from Bradley Cardinell.
okay.
So, last question, I think it was Tanwold asked this. About it's basically like being in your place right now,
Hmm.
obviously. And he talks about 2018 moves with Red Bull.
Hmm.
And I said to Todd Lewis, I said, that was the coach's answer. And as a coach, I appreciate this more than anybody because this really sums up like what it means to be a coach and why, as much as you and I are Jim Curtin fans, I think everybody here loves Jim
Oh yeah.
and we appreciate him. And I'll continue to follow and support Jim as I think he's a phenomenal coach. It's like we talked
He's a
about.
phenomenal coach. He's a phenomenal human being.
Exactly. It's like what we talked about with Ryan and Marlon last episode.
Also, happy birthday, Marlon LeBlanc. It was his
Yes.
birthday, so yeah.
But anyway, this answer is why I feel Philadelphia was successful
Hmm.
this year.
I had a moment in 2018, winning the Supporters Shield. Never got to hold it, and I regretted that moment all the time. And to get to hold it today was really special. To get the players to hold the real shield from 2020, the makeshift shield, and I was like before the meeting, Ali, I want you to hold the real one. And this means something, right? And I never do something for I do something, I told you guys, like, I'm the bus driver. The guys need to tell me where they need to go. And that's the journey that we've gone. We've decided to go this way, and we try and find ways to reward them. And, they've done that much and then some more. So, yeah, it's nice.
All right.
I thought that was really well said.
I like at the end, he's like, it's nice
Hmm.
because he knows there's more there.
Yeah.
But he also is like, yeah, I got to enjoy this.
Yeah.
And that's important. And he understands the importance. And this is why his team's bought in. And
Yeah.
it really, really is. He understands the players just like Jim did,
Hmm.
but he also understands the bigger picture. Like, there's still more to play for. But he was also very authentic that, yeah, I was assistant back at Red Bull. I didn't get to hold the shield. I was there just like clapping my hands. I get to hold it now. And that meant something for me.
Hmm.
To divulge that, he broke down the barrier a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought, yeah, what he was saying there was very authentic. And, Jim built a great foundation with his team. He really got them, the locker room, got a good foundation in this program, people believe. But, Bradley has done a good job to get them over that hump with this and build on that. And And honestly, yeah, the players, they really have bought in, and it's been incredible to see. I think that Bradley has done such a great job with that. Not just the tactical things, but really just getting the buy-in from the players. So, you could see the emotions in all the celebrations afterward. You could tell how much it meant to Bradley in addition to the players there.
Well, let's talk about that. He leaves uh St. Louis.
Yeah.
All right. Early in January, Ernst was looking for one of his guys. He goes back to Red Bulls, I guess it was Salzburg. Um, and then so Ernst pivots and goes with Carnell. I mean, Carnell won Coach of the Year.
Hmm.
And immediately you were in a text group that was like, oh no.
Hmm. Yeah.
And we heard the things. People were from St. Louis were like, oh no, oh no. And then as the season went on, I was talking to people within the league, within some of my not immediate groups, but people that cover the league
Hmm.
that were like, yeah, you moved off a curtain for Cardinal. I mean, credit to Tanner. He stuck to his guns.
Hmm.
He found somebody that fit what his vision was.
Yeah.
Marlon moves on. He gets Richter.
Hmm.
Richter understands the system,
Yeah.
sort of, buys in.
They're very, like, they communicate very well. It's kind of seamless between the two. Like,
And Jim
yeah.
would say that with Marlon,
Yeah.
but I always felt there was a little, well, I'm not even going to go there, but there was an appreciation. I mean, Jim and Marlon get along. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But I felt sometimes there was always like, hey, we need this guy. I need this guy. And now
Hmm.
I feel with this one, it's kind of more seamless, top to bottom, academy, second team, first team. And I think this is why we're seeing success right now. That's just my personal opinion.
Hmm.
No inside sources or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
What's your
100%.
thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I mean, you look at the first team, they're running 4-2-2-2. Second team running 4-2-2-2.
Mhm.
And they have a lot, they just really have the, like on our swim team, we have common language no matter which group. Like
Right.
our developmental kids are working all the way to like the national level kids. We have kids that are like some of the top in the country, right? And we all have kind of the same, we have the same buy-in with the culture. We have the same language. We have the same ideals and everything. So I think that goes a long way in building a program. Everyone's bought in and on the same page about things.
I mean, we'll talk about it. We were at the academy last night. They were
Yeah.
playing the exact same formation that the first team plays.
Yeah, we were seeing,
There were some
yeah.
little wrinkles at
Yeah.
between the what did we see, the
We
15th
saw
and
the
the
U15s and the U18.
yeah, and we'll talk about that in a second. There's a couple wrinkles, but still, the philosophies were the same,
Yeah.
and I think that's important. So, from a coaching standpoint, we love that. But also Andre Blake, he talked about what Bradley brought, and again, if you're listening on Spotify, we have some clips up here on YouTube as well. Having said that, we're not sure on YouTube. This might get monetized because of the background music, but we'll see.
Is bought in, that's what you need. You need guys to bought in when guys can play, other guys can step up, and as I said, Bradley, keep everybody on their toes. You have to perform, and it gives everybody confidence. And I think when you have a team like this, you need people to be confident, because throughout the course of the season, you're gonna have injuries, you're gonna have players going in and out of form. So it keeps you on your toes, and if you deserve to play, it doesn't matter your age, he's going to let you play, and I think that's very important. He's bought in.
I love how he brought up about doesn't matter your age. That's one thing I really appreciate about Bradley. He's not afraid to play the kids, to give
No,
them a chance.
so
You saw Sal, you saw David, you saw Neil, you saw Eddie. You see these guys get a chance, the first game.
Marcus Anderson
Marcus Anderson.
for a game-winning goal.
Yeah, I'd like to see more Marcus Anderson, but also I'm glad that he's able to contribute to Union too, because they need that too. But I'll tell you what, like seeing him, the very first game, and Carnell puts Macania in there
And Frankie.
and Frankie. I mean, he was not afraid to play them. And here we were thinking, I mean, obviously like Nate was injured, so and Jan was injured. And so it's like, okay, you got these kids, opening game in the season and they're put in there on this big stage and they thrived. They thrived. Now, have there been bumps along the way? Sure. Have there been learning experiences? Sure. Have there been dumb red cards? Yes. But this guy,
Is that a shout? Is that a dunk on all the way through?
well, Frankie had a dumb red card at Houston too.
No, I know. I'm just being silly. I mean, no, there have been bumps in the road for sure. The other thing I appreciate is you look at Jovan Lukic.
Yeah.
I mean, and you look at Janley, Jean Jacques, you look at Jesus Bueno, which we'll get to in a
Like
second.
Ernst looking like Howie Roseman out here with some of these picks.
He
Some of these
really
guys.
is because as the season's gone on, sure, there's been bumps in the road. I mean, Vancouver.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been matches where you and I and others in the media have called out Cornell and been like, we could have done better there. But when you look at 33 matches combined, and now you look at Frankie's in Chile, uh, and you know,
There's guys that are probably going to be selected, for the U17 World Cup. There's
oh yeah,
yeah, I mean,
and then
you've
there's
got
also you have people like that. Maybe this year, if Jim was still there, probably wouldn't even seen. I don't know if Sal and Eddie would even seen it.
yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I feel
wow.
like Chris
Like,
Donovan would probably been the go-to guy,
yeah.
and he didn't even see the bench on Saturday night.
And
And
no
that's
offense,
not a knock
no
on
offense to
Chris.
Chris, but like I think we would have seen Chris come in that game maybe. I appreciate,
Wouldn't have mind that because at least he could hold it up.
yeah, like
But
he's
he
got a certain
shifted it
he's
to a
got that
one
skill set.
back.
Well,
I mean, a one
yeah.
forward position.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I appreciate that Bradley has put his trust in some of these guys. I mean, we knew from seeing them play so much that Frankie and Macania that they could do well. Now, if I'm being honest, last year watching, I thought that maybe Neil was more ready for this level at times because Macania could be a little shaky sometimes, but to Macania's credit, okay, he has adapted well. He's really like he was thrown in there and he has learned, and I've seen, you can see what Ernst saw in him when he wanted to bring him in. The
Yeah.
skill is there, okay? He's still really young, okay? But I've been impressed. He's done a fantastic job. I heard people like not within the union like sphere of things, like people more on the national level, like mentioning Macania like in the Defender of the Year conversation, believe it or not.
I have not seen that.
I've heard this actually.
Well, he's been impressive, and you were more high on him than I was, but I also saw it too. I saw a skill set, and shout to Jose for being like offering his apologies.
And I will say this too.
I'm right there with you, Jose.
Yeah,
As much as I was high on him, I had my, hesitations, but he's
yeah.
proven a lot of people wrong.
He really
Like,
has. And also, might I add, he's a gem of a human being.
oh my gosh,
He is
just
like
like you
one of the
tell,
most polite, like, quality people you'll meet, which hasn't always shown on the field when he's done some like silly
bonehead.
boneheaded things. But no, like honestly, he's like one of the like nicest people you ever meet. So shout out to Owathu. But like, yeah, it's just been phenomenal to see.
I think we can go top to bottom. I mean, see Carnell sitting there with Jovan.
Oh
Jovan.
yeah.
I mean, we heard
How can you not love Jovan when you saw how he was in the celebrations and all that post game stuff? Like,
Bradley and him hugging.
I mean, look, and I know someone said, I forget who said it, like at the beginning of the season, like as he was kind of getting interested, like I think you're gonna see a lot of Lukic jerseys soon, and you are starting to see
I
that.
think it was Mark Kickelberg.
Maybe it was, but like, what a find! What a find.
I mean, Mark was high on him, and shout out to
Mm.
Mark. I mean, dude, you were right on him.
Hmm.
Um, he was a find, and him and Danley have probably been best defensive midfield
What a
field.
pairing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
what a pairing.
mean, it's just been incredible.
Can we talk about Damiani real quick? Also, a really quality person, Bruno Damiani. But let me say this. All the people and like Mikel Ua was getting a lot of, and we'll talk about that. We'll save the Mikel talk for a second. But Bruno Damiani, everyone who said, "Oh, he's a bust. He's a bust. We paid too much for him. He's a bust. He's not scoring goals." Um, he's been heating up, and it can take some time really for these things to happen. But it took Gazdag a bit of time, and he's
Sorry, Columbus.
yeah. Sorry. But
But
the
anyway,
thing is, Bruno he's been contributing more to the goals lately, but he does so much else too.
well, his defensive, I
Yeah.
mean, his hold up on Saturday was one of the keys. I mean, we can just say, yes, he's the highest paid player. He needs to score goals, yada,
He's
yada,
young.
yada. I mean, yeah, I mean, you played what, 3 million for him? Okay, fine. You said the
He's
same
still
thing.
really young. You all forget how young he is
Yeah,
still.
well, he'll be a DP next year, and we'll see how it plays out. But again, considering what most teams like, I think it was Jose said Manuel Latte La. How's that working out for Atlanta?
Right?
Let's look at Insigne. How'd that work? How'd that work
He
out?
gone.
How about Berndeski?
He
He
gone.
gone. I mean, sure, for every one of those, I mean, even, Giroud went to LA, AC Milan to LAFC, scored like what, 2 goals, 3 goals.
Yeah.
Now he's thriving back in,
Well, in LAFC, now they've got the Bawanga Sun pair, which is like kind of crazy lethal, but yeah.
are you worried about it?
Yeah, kind of. Bawanga scored again last.
Are you worried about that if it comes to Chester in the MLS Cup final?
Well, I feel better about it being in Chester, but kind of hoping someone knocks them off in the playoffs. But
There's bigger teams I'm worried about
yeah,
than
let's just worry about,
the Easter
the
Conference.
Eastern
But
Conference.
anyway,
Yeah.
Mikel,
Mikel Ua, you know what? I'm gonna say my piece about this right now.
go for it.
All the people who were Mikel Ua haters, people saying, "Oh, he's such a bust," Mikel Ua, people just throwing shade at Mikel Ua. How are you feeling now? How are you feeling now? Okay? Because you know what? He scored the he scored the game winner in the game that won the Shield. He was huge against DC. Now, granted, DC sucks, but he came in and he just thrived. And honestly, just like with Bruno, he does so much more than just scoring goals. Yes, you want him scoring goals, but the man has skills. He really does. He and you know, chances are, yeah, he might not be, you know, extended past this year, but
I mean,
he,
you probably could go find a better one. And
yeah,
look,
but you gotta understand, like he has contributed a bunch, and you know what? We're always gonna remember, hey, he scored the game-winning goal where they won the Shield.
and as somebody likes to claim they're the president of Mikel Ua fan club, I'm the president of Mikel Ua fan club. We all know how much I love Mikel Ua. Do I have my doubts? And yeah, have I sung his criticism? Sure. I
Mm,
get where fans are, and it's fair. But to the Chris Donovans, I mean, that won you a playoff, I get that. Mikel won you a shield.
yes, and I mean he was so key in
Well, and I will
2022. I
say
mean,
this. He
yeah,
won you a shield with his goal. It was a team performance.
it
And
was a
that's
team performance. It
it
really was.
was.
Because you think about like the defense, for instance. Look at like that flurry of
Well, we're
activity.
going to talk
Yeah,
about
just
that in a second.
yeah,
But
it was a team performance.
I want to get back to Mikel.
Yeah.
First time this year he scored in back-to-back games. Damiani's on a hot streak.
strikers are streaky. Even like Ryan was talking to us about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We've
I
seen
mean,
this all
it
year.
is what it is. Yeah.
But, Rebo again gets unlucky. Yeah, he was offsides, but
Hmm.
I mean, he was in the box when he needed to be.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have right now heading into playoffs, heading in against Charlotte.
Ty was the hero how many times? Like,
So
think
many
about it.
times, and we're going to talk about this.
Yeah. So,
We're going to play a clip from Carnell here in a second. My thought is, at least at the end of the day, you had Julian Carranza, you had Daniel Gosdike, you had those guys from 2022. Everybody's great. Mikel's the last one standing, and he's going to go somewhere. Probably MLS. I know everybody's saying DC and this and that. I still,
I will hate it if he's on another MLS team, though.
I'm still wondering if Vancouver makes a call. Now, to be fair, Mikel came to the US because of the taxes and all that. It's easier. So it makes sense if he stays within US. So we'll see. But at the end of the day, he was worth the price of admission.
He
You
really was.
you take that 10 out of 10 days, no regrets. I
Yeah.
mean, you think of all the busts. Again, we talked about it. I mean, but anyway, here's what Bradley had to share.
See, and you started him and you paid your faith tonight. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, good. I mean, yeah, we've had a sequence and a rotation of strikers, and we've kind of gone with a hot hand at times, and then we've kind of just given faith, and Tyre Baribo's rewarded us so much early on in the season. And then, yeah, listen, Mika's always been there. He's always been ready, and I really enjoy that. And yeah, I think whoever we play up there, I think we have because of the training, that these guys put in every day, everyone can step up at any given time. And my message has always been just be ready. And I think Mika's done that. He's been patient, and he gets rewarded over the last 2 match days. But I think, yeah, we reward each other, we give for each other. Ty emptied the tank at the end there, just giving everything. It's not easy to come in as a sub, and he was, just emptying the tank, him and Danley up top there, just to putting pressure on, and we had to survive and change the formation and a couple of times.
So yeah, that was Carnell's comments on Mikel, and let's also hear from Mikel himself.
It's definitely special to be able to carry that with me, and still having them sing it. I think also speaks about hopefully that they like me as a player and a person. So yeah, obviously that's a huge thing for me as well.
Thoughts?
Yeah. I thought, yeah. The thing is, like, yeah, going with a hot hand, like Bradley said too. Mikkel was on a streak, That's what you got to go with. Just like, and we'll talk about Union too. You see Ryan starts Stas, like Stas has been hot,
Yeah.
You got to do that with these strikers sometimes. And Ty did have, he's had game winners and stuff. There's like really late game winners even. So, all these strikers have really come through at different times and contributed. And then you look at when you add in players like Milan Olowski, and
Who's been massive?
massive. Like what a pickup. Um and so, all these things have come together to lead to this. And so, I mean, again, got to appreciate everything Mikel has done for the team since he's been with them. And, if this is this last bit of time with them, I mean, he's going to give it his all. And that's the thing. Like, um, he goes out there and he gives it his all.
I mean, yeah, you can't say anything. And that's the thing. I mean, the biggest thing I took away from that night was the defense. I mean, sure,
Oh gosh, yes.
there were some hiccups. I mean, you had the first two.
Oh, like super, super early when like the goal was wide open and they
Alonso
missed.
Martinez
Yeah.
missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, to the credit, Matt Freese got beaten. That was
There
just
was that time Matt Freese could have easily gotten scored on. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was a showdown of mentor versus student,
Oh
And
yeah.
let's talk about that. The
Yeah.
last play of
Last play. Oh my
game,
goodness.
because I'm sitting there, everybody in the press box has their phones up and everything, and I'm just sitting there watching it. And I see Matt Freeze walking up, and I think it was Skyler and Jimmy and a couple other people like, "Oh my gosh, Matt Freeze is coming." We saw Andrew Rick do
Andrew
this.
Rick did that at Red Bull. Yeah.
Yeah,
Last
yeah.
ditch effort here. This is the last play. It's a corner for NYC. And, you pull Matt Freeze up there. I mean, he's tall,
Yeah,
It's,
he gets his head on the ball, knocks it in.
but how like poetic was you see like the ball sent in there and Matt Freeze is going up for the ball. Andre is going up for the ball, the mentor, the mentee.
I mean, it was just poetic that that happened.
And then Ale like gets the brunt of all that and
But before that,
yeah.
let's talk about before that.
Yeah.
There was a sequence after that goal that was disallowed, and it was offsides, and then
From Carrizo.
yeah, and
Oh my gosh, when that happened,
everything went and I just looked at
I've
everybody.
never been so happy to see an offside flag in my life. Everyone just like breathed a sigh of relief because everyone just like
Well,
heart stopped for a
from
second.
your position, but from my position, as soon as that ball got bopped in, you saw Glessis and a couple other people, and
Yeah.
MLS 360 brought it up.
Yeah.
Forget who it was, said he stepped up. He did. And as soon as he did, Skylar goes to me, he's off. And
Yeah.
it just knocks it in. He goes, he's off. And as soon as you saw it, the flag went up. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah. It was, from our vantage point, it was clear off sides.
Yeah,
Like,
I couldn't tell that from where I was at
no,
all.
from the river end, you're like, oh gosh, because we've
Yeah.
seen that so much from the far
Hmm.
end. It was clear offsides. Now, if Glazes drops back a foot or two, because some people on 360 are like, oh, that's close. No,
So
Glesnes
Glesnes did a really good job of like
for
help.
he held his line,
Yeah.
and even like the defense held his line, and the guys broke a minute too soon. We saw the Union several times this year get caught in the same position,
Hmm.
and that's the final thing I want to say. Like last year, as bad as it was, 2022 breaks went the Union way.
Hmm.
This year they're going the Union way, and
Sometimes you just need that.
sometimes you just need to be lucky.
Yeah.
Um, so, but that play then afterwards, where at the end of the game in stoppage time, we saw that against Miami, we saw it against Toronto. So many times, Union this year, as good as they've been defensively, have occasionally in big moments
Yeah.
broken.
But my goodness, like they were just defending for their lives there. They
Yeah,
like
and
everyone in there just like they're just fighting, like they want this so bad. It's right there. They can taste
even
it.
Biza was chipping in.
Yeah. And if I'm being honest, when I saw that Bizo and Ale were being subbed in, of course people are like, what are they doing? And it's like, well, leadership, both of them have been there in these situations, okay? And as much crap as sometimes Bizo gets, okay, because think, okay, he gets cooked sometimes.
He was getting one at
Mhm.
the point. I'm like, oh,
But
here we
but
go.
bringing in Ale made sense.
And look,
And honestly,
bring in Bizo and let him go at it.
yeah,
I'm fine with that. I mean, the
yeah,
guy, just let him try
yeah,
to repair himself.
yeah,
He's been the brunt of so many like bad moments. And Jim would say that.
yeah.
Like he's a 10 out of 10 until one moment he goes from a
When
10
he's
to a
good, he's
0.
really good. But
When he's bad, he's really bad. And Bradley recently has been singing his praise. So maybe I'm not saying he's going to be a top five back
like you did the one time.
one time, but maybe if you need him in a pinch.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I'm just saying, but
but back to yeah,
let's talk about the defense room share a second
yeah.
now. Here's Bradley talking about some of the defensive performances on that.
that. And then we've gone 3 games back to back on shutouts, which is incredible. And it just shows the desire to win something with this group. They had a bit of a sniff early on that there's something here growing and brewing. And I think that the commitment they gave us, not just tonight, but through the whole season so far, is a great testament to their character, to their professionalism, to how they treat their bodies, to show that they can do it and bounce back again.
And here's Kai.
I think, like I said, it starts from all strikers. They fight their way back already. If they go, we all go. So I think everybody was just a collective together. I think how everybody is fighting over the pitch, with Jovan, Danley, try to win every duel. Chuchu stepped in today in a big way, won a lot of duels, and everybody had to prove a little bit something about the Vancouver game, because everybody knows that wasn't us, that wasn't good enough. But how we just turned everything around after the loss in National 2, I think it's just big, and I think it shows this year what kind of defense we had this year too, but all over the field of defense.
And then I got one other comment from Bradley here. Hold on.
Being proactive. We've been proactive and been connected, and we've defended from the front. Just think about the work Bruno's put in throughout the season. Just think about Ty Baribo, the work he's put in, Indy Vasilev, Quinn, anyone who's played in that position. Look at Chuchu tonight when he came in. Jesus Bueno, look what he did. He was a monster out there. So
yeah, I mean, a lot to digest. But
Yeah.
it's been the defense all year.
I love that he and Kai both brought up Choo-Choo, Yeah.
I mean, Choo-Choo's getting called to the national team again. I mean, early on last year, he wasn't sniffing it. I mean, he had that sniff and he kept getting injured.
He's had ups and downs.
Yes.
We'll be honest. He's had ups and downs. But
Now, the goals have not come, have they, in previous years, but when you see him out there, he fights for his life.
he does. He does. So, I mean, just the defense was huge. And to get those 3 clean sheets in a row is great. I mean, because you see that game in Vancouver and it's like, oh gosh. And then and then there's Nashville and it's just like, okay, what's going on? But they're resilient. They're resilient.
And Jose brought this up. I guess Todd, well, no, I guess, no, I know. Todd and Jose were talking about their biggest, matches of the year.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 biggest matches, I'll answer this right now for people listening to both of our podcasts. Charlotte, that Marcus Anderson goal.
Yes.
The Ty Baribo goal against LA Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
The performance when I was in Vegas against Cincinnati on the road, first time Union have beaten Cincinnati in, is it, 2-3 years, both home and away. And then coming off of that, against a team fighting for their lives in New England.
Yeah.
Those are 3 big points, I mean, on those days. Yeah. And the other one was the performance against DC United, even against a bad DC United team, and they're bad. Mm-hmm. And then to come back with this performance, Dave Leno, shout out to Dave. I said to him in the mix zone on Saturday when we were all there, I said, you were right. And he goes, I'm telling you, Kyle, this team's good. This team's real good. So shout out to you, Dave. You're right. Mm-hmm. And yeah, maybe there's something more there. I know listening to the veterans that were there in 2022, there is something more. But I also want to give a quick shout out to the fans.
Yes.
Because the last 90...
Okay.
Well,
it was
89...
I noticed around the 87th minute or so.
I noticed around the 80th and 89th minute.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, for sure then, but...
There was a stoppage, and all of a sudden, I think it was somebody knocked the ball out, and the fans just exploded. It was a hustle play.
Yeah.
And you see, and Scott and I are talking, and Jimmy's even talking, they're gassed. And I'm just sitting there going, just hold on. And they're like, and there, and Kevin Casey's like, and there's what, 3, 4 minutes stoppage time?
Yeah. So I think
It
yeah,
was 3 minutes,
something like
4 minutes
that.
stoppage.
Yeah.
No, it was three because we were
Yeah.
saying four and it's three.
Yeah. But like as regulation was ending, you could like it was getting closer to regulation. Okay. Fans just started getting really loud. And there was that moment when, it looked like Carrizo scored and that kind of like dampened things for a moment, but then they really got hyped. And boy was it loud. And you wish you heard that more, honestly. But it was deafening. It was electric.
Well, here's the thing. So on the way home last night from you too, you and I like just wanted to hear the MLS broadcast
Yeah.
from that time. And it was like just the
Yeah.
and it was like, but it was the whole entire
Whole
stadium.
stadium.
And that's what we were hearing up there. Like I even said to a couple guys, like, this is like one of the few times I've heard the entire stadium just getting that chant. And they were just cheering the guys on, like, just get home, just hold on.
Just like this tension, like everyone just like willing it to happen. And
And
yeah,
if they can do this in the playoffs, I'm not saying they're going to win the cup, but it gives them really good home field advantage.
I mean, that's what they need. Like that was the fortress that we know Subaru Park can be. That was it. That I haven't heard in a long time. I mean, there's been times where okay, it's gotten pretty loud, but no, that was incredible.
Yeah.
What an atmosphere. And today, as we're recording this, this is the 15th anniversary of when Roy Halladay threw the no-hitter in the postseason. Okay, which I was at. Most incredible thing ever. Like that, I mean, obviously there's like 45,000 plus fans there at that, but like you feel that energy and it's just electric and it's just you can't really describe it. And granted, that was a no-hitter and everything, and it was pretty crazy, but like you anticipate the shield happening and you could just feel it. And honestly, you guys know I do media, but I was just in the stands in the river end there with our friends there. And honestly, just to be down there and enjoy that moment with everybody was something. So, it was incredible. It was really incredible.
No, you said it best. I have nothing to add to that. I do. Wow.
And let me add to this too. When you see that corner happen and Matt Freeze is going for the ball and all that and Andre goes up and he grabs the ball
Hmm.
and that's it. And then if you go back and watch, you see just Andre's reaction because he's been through a lot with this team and just if you ask me how many times I've watched like the ending of that, I will say yes. Um and then you have Ale getting all bloodied up there in all that melee there.
I mean,
And he gets up and he's like bloody and but it's over and they're just like that was iconic by the way. You see the picture of like Ale like with the bloody nose.
there's a t-shirt out there. I think
Yeah.
King posted
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So just what an ending and you see just then the celebrations begin and everyone's so pumped. I mean, you see Andrew Rick just jumping all over the place, which was great. What do you think about the one like Andrew Rick has been
Rick has done that
he's grown up.
times.
Okay, but like he didn't fall this time. I've seen him get all excited and then go running to the corner and then like fall over. Um, but
Was
but
that in the MLS Cup final last year?
it wasn't the MLS Cup final. It was definitely at a home game. But I have a video of it. I put it to I
Not the ML. It was the
it was,
Easter
it was
Conference
like a
final.
yeah, it was I was gonna say it was definitely a playoff game. I made a little video where I put that to the you know the Benny Hill theme
Yeah.
song, whatever. But anyway, um, so, but yeah, like, man, was that exciting. And when you think about a player like Andrew Rick, who he's been at this organization for a long time, he um grew up, looking up to Andre Blake and some of these players, and it's just like now he's a part of this. And we're gonna get into it. Like we talked to Neil Pierre and CJ Olney about what this moment was like for them. So just what a moment for these guys. Um, Gosh, I wish Frankie Westfield could have been there to be a part of that, but I mean, he's got big things going on for him, which we'll talk about. But just like, I'm glad those guys got to enjoy all that. Yes, we have Ruby back there.
Yeah, Rue's making a special appearance here.
Yes. Hey, Ruby. Oscar, by the way, our other cat is like on the other side of the camera. He's just chilling.
Yeah,
Um,
he's
so
being production camera assistant.
yeah.
Anyway, um, let's hear from Alejandro Bedoya, who, again, he spilled blood
Yes.
for his club. I mean, credit to Jim Curtin, Chris Albright, Todd, and Jose talked about it.
Alex is a Philly icon. Come on now, people. Like
I
he's a Philly
mean,
icon.
people are still like, I don't know if he should be in Ring of Honor. No, he needs to be. And after this clip, I heard him say this. I'm just like, yeah.
Yes.
All right. So here's Ali's clip. We're going to share this right now. And here you go.
Look, when I first came here, the talk was all about, we want to compete. We want to make sure we had some silverware. And, Philadelphia sports teams in general, they expect that out of their teams. And so it's just, another trophy cabinet that we can add to it, showing how successful we really have been as a club, as a team. When you look at, the number of points we've accrued over the last, 7, 8 years, if you will. So for me personally, I'm just so happy, so proud of the team and guys that have come in this season and stepped up in a big way. So credit to everybody who's been a part of the team, who's had a role to play. But like I said, I really want MLS Cup so bad, and then I can ride off in the sunset.
And you ride off in the sunset. But
Yeah.
the truth is, they won't win the MLS Cup.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not done yet. They're like, this is great, but we're not done yet.
Everybody's like, we're taking one game at a time. Like, they're happy about this. But those have been there, that smelled the 90 seconds from hoisting that cup. Those veterans, they want this. So people are like, oh, well, yeah, they won the Shield. Shout out to Tim Jones. During the U2 match yesterday, we were talking about this because I guess Barstool Philly, a couple other sites have posted like, "Hey, you won the MLS Supporters Shield." Right?
Yeah, yeah.
People are like, "Who cares?"
Okay, yeah. Like,
and can I finish my statement?
Yeah, go for it.
And I said that to Tim. We were just joking around, and he goes, "Well, I always equate to this like, if you're in an organization." Does your boss reward you for 3 months of performance or for a year-round performance? Well, he rewards you for a year-round performance, right? Mike Barrera, like Jose and Todd were talking about, in hockey. You like hockey, I like hockey. They give an award. It's the President's Cup for the best record in the league every year. And everybody's like, no matter what, hey, you won the President's Cup. I mean, the Flyers have a banner for their years. They were the President's Cup champions, right? Yeah. So why is Philadelphia sports not recognizing that same achievement?
I mean, I could go on a whole diatribe about.
We're not doing that tonight.
But can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Okay. The people that are like, that comment like, no one cares about soccer, blah blah blah,
Oh, like people are attacking Kincaid today?
Okay. Weird behavior, first of all. Okay. You don't have to, just because you don't like it, you're not interested, doesn't mean that a lot of people don't. And if you think, oh, no one cares about soccer, you're an ignorant person because most of the world like soccer. Soccer's huge around the world. And not only that, it's like actually a lot of people like it and are very involved in it in the US too. But things just like if you're a Philly fan, like I said this on Twitter, I'm like, okay, I don't care about lacrosse. It's just I'm not into it. And I've never been to a Wings game or anything. But I'll tell you what, okay, I don't just go, I wouldn't say, oh, no one cares about
But you also said like NASCAR
Even
and
NASCAR, like I think NASCAR is dumb too, like Kevin said.
like, but you and I have been to women's US
But I
Open.
could appreciate, like I went to the Women's US Open in Lancaster and I had a good time. If I went to a Wings game, I'd probably have a good time. And if they won a championship, I'd be like, hey, that's awesome. This is a team from Philadelphia and they won a championship and that's great. Like, let's go. And why do people have to be like the guy that peaked in high school and like just trying to, fit in and be cool and just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna make fun of this, because that's the cool thing to do, It's just it's just dumb, weird behavior and people that poo-poo on soccer and just want to be 4 for 4 and whatever. Like, at least can you
It
not be like, hey, this is fantastic. Great for you guys. Congrats to the union. Okay, you don't have to be weirdos about it.
Same people that crap on swimming, track and field, and gymnastics and
Yeah,
Olympics
yeah,
and figure skating. It's like they're uneducated.
yeah.
And that's fine. Like,
Hmm.
you do, we're gonna do us, we'll all be fine. My whole thing is this, like, I know a lot of people like the 76ers.
Yeah, well, they haven't won anything in like 40 plus years.
Yeah.
And the Flyers, I love the Flyers. I love the Flyers, okay? But I'm looking at, we have a banner. You guys can't see it. It's on the side over here. And Stanley Cup champions, 1974, 1975. That was well before I was born, okay? So,
And KK brought up
yeah.
an interesting point. The last two titles in Philadelphia, the Eagles
Yes, go
and the
Birds. And the Union. They're the
So,
to win anything.
and please clip this because I think this needs to go out here. And please tag everybody in this. These are the last two Philly sports to win a title.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, could the
I love
Phillies
the Phillies.
win?
The Phillies
They could
will
come back.
they're
We'll see.
they've won in LA before, but
And before you say this is like the Wings winning a title. It's not the same thing, my friend. And I will gladly have you on the show to debate this.
yeah.
What's the number for WIP? Because I will have you on. We'll have a call-in show.
As someone commented, like WIP is corny.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, at the end of the day, number 2. Good night, and let's talk about Union 2.
Yeah, but whew, that's Shield. Man, that was great. But yeah, let's talk about Union 2. So
Wow, we went on diatribe there, and I
okay,
apologize.
we said though, because I'm sorry, I I had thoughts. I had thoughts, and I haven't had a good rant in a while, and it
We've
needed to be
been
said.
very professional and even killed.
Like it was, and it was totally like PG. Like anyone who knows me, that was very PG. Like I'm not I talk differently when I'm not.
But
Yeah.
I just gotta say, like, these are two teams in Philadelphia that
Mm-hmm.
won shields
Yeah.
or titles.
Yeah. So, you know, and yet people they still like people you guys can all go and talk about the Sixers and enjoy debating about how cooked Embiid is and blah 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 and oh, all the latest stuff. At least the Flyers have some hope, Mitchkov mania. But
Anyway,
anyway, like seriously, people, if you have my bottom line is if you haven't been to a Union game or watched that, you got to go to a Union game to actually really appreciate it, honestly. Because I've taken people to games, and even my sister, who is one of those people that poo-poo soccer, even though she played and she was pretty good too, she had a good time at the game. She actually admitted she would come to another game. So
will
anyway,
Kendall come to an MLS playoff game?
doubtful, but you never know. Kendall
I mean,
could.
if they make it to the cup,
We'll see.
anyway.
So, but yeah, let's talk Union too. So, yeah, we were back at Subaru Park on Sunday, and Union 2 were taking on NYCFC 2. But of course, that second team was in a little bit different spot. They're already eliminated, but they're fighting for things. And we talked to Ryan Richter about this. These guys are trying to prove themselves, and there's a lot on the line there for them. it's not just pride even. It's they're trying to prove themselves and show that maybe they should get a try with the first team and this and that. So, they were not an easy foe, to be honest, but coming into this, okay, Red Bulls 2 is in first, Union 2 is in second. They're tied for points, but Red Bulls has the tiebreaker with regulation wins.
Yeah.
So if it was goal differential, Union 2 would have been in first because they're the best in Next Pro. But yeah, it was when all was said and done, Union 2 remained in second, but that's okay because you know what? Last year, Union 2 were also second. And we know what happened to FC Cincinnati too, who were the top seed. They got bounced in the first round, So it you just never know. It's okay.
No, I think my thoughts on the game were you get out to an early lead
Yeah.
and you're feeling good. It's
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh, and let's can we talk about that first goal?
We'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a second.
'Cause it was
And I
really
have a clip set up for that.
Yeah, yeah.
But then all of a sudden there's some defensive lapses, which we've seen.
Uncharacteristic, sloppy defensive plays.
Well, we saw that earlier in the summer and
Mhm.
throughout the late summer months. But then all of a sudden they got back together. But then again on Sunday, we saw that again.
Yep.
And Neil Pierre had a questionable at best defensive performance. Now, he did make up for it.
He did.
So Neil scores a goal at the end of the half. It goes 2-2. Stas scores up. Again, sloppy defensive play. And when the Union go up, all of a sudden Toronto FC ties the game up.
NYCFC too.
Well, no. When
Oh, you're talking about the Red Bull.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm just giving
Yeah,
some
you gotta have
context.
some context. Yeah, you gotta be specific there, Kyle.
Sorry. So Stas scores the goal. Moments later, Toronto scores
Against Red Bulls too.
Yeah,
Which we were keeping an eye on
and
that
now all of a sudden you bump to first place.
game. Yeah.
But then Red Bull scores, and then New York City equalizes. I'm thinking, oh gosh. But luckily, Neil Pierre bails them out in stoppage time.
Yeah, like literally the last seconds of the game.
Yeah, and they walk off. So we asked Ryan about that and just said, look, this is an up and down game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And it's like the shaky moments in defense for everyone today, I would say was a team issue. So the center back or the goalkeeper are the ones who get blames, but the situation that happened before that puts them in situations where they have to make some decisions that they don't want to make, but for him to get the 2 goals in set pieces, I mean, that's what I expect every game from him. When I see him walk through the door and he's up here, so it was good that he did it in good timing at the end.
Yeah, and when he said that, by the way, he's saying, but yeah, like Neil's height, he expects Neil on the set pieces because both of his came off a corner, like it was on a set piece, and he gets that header.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, it was a good bounce back. Again, Stas is heating up now.
yeah, that's his 8th goal, and now he's tied with Malik Jakupovic for the team lead in goals.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the thing with Malik is you just got to give him service in the box.
Yeah, and he at the very end he had some chances too.
I know because there was one where he kind of put his head down low.
There was that flurry at the end of
Yeah.
things. Like Malik got a shot, Noah Probst got a shot, Neil had a shot, and then eventually they get the corner. Neil sends it home for that game winner.
Marcus with that nice build up
Yeah,
there.
let's talk about that first goal because I thought that was fantastic.
It
So
was.
Marcus gets his 6th goal of the season, and it's funny because people were like, I forgot about Marcus being down the second team. It's like, no, he's been really, really good. He is very good at chance creation too, but he's had his share of goals. And it starts Rick, Andrew Rick was in goal for the day, and he sends it out real nice ball out from back there, and it kind of deflects off, and then, and just a really nice sequence there where went to Stas, right? And then it goes to Gio, and Gio goes down, rounds the corner, And
Which
then
he's done all season.
he's been so good at
Flicks it
that.
up, and
Yeah.
then Marcus falls in back.
Yeah, it was a really nice volley. Like, yeah, it was a really nice goal to lead it off. So kudos to Marcus. And so yeah, they get that, and you know, it was yeah, this game is so back and forth.
But they win, and we talked to Ryan and CJ
So
about
yeah,
getting those points heading into the playoffs. So
Yeah.
we'll hear from him.
and CJ had 3 assists on the day.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, like what a
It's the mentality, it's the team spirit that we need, and all the games are going to be close. And there's going to be tough moments in games. There's going to be moments where we're rolling, but we have to have the mentality that we push through as a group. And I think that we've won 5 games in a row now. Didn't play great in every game, but to be able to push through and get the win in these games was really, really good for the group.
And here's CJ.
Momentum's huge. I think that I like a little bit that Red Bull won today. Gives us doesn't put us too high, getting ready for playoffs. It keeps us hungry, keeps us, we're second right now, but we have much more we want to strive for, and I think all the guys have a great mentality. The new guys who haven't done it and the guys that have already been in playoffs, we're all ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean CJ's been there before, and he knows. And so, and the thing is, yeah, Ryan brings up, okay, they haven't, like, not all their wins have been pretty, but hey, a win's just like the Eagles, they've,
It's like the first team. Not
Yeah, the
their
first
wins
game.
have been pretty.
but it's a win. They found a way to win. And yeah, there's things to work on, clean up, but they found a way to win. And at the end,
Here's my question for everybody in the comments. Is the Philadelphia Union the most Philadelphia sports franchise ever? Call in WIP.
215. Yeah.
No, actually, please comment. Like, you want to grind out workman's-like mentality? Is this what you want to see from the first and second team?
Like, that's the thing. Like, Philly loves all the blue collarness of things and guys that work hard and blah blah blah. And okay, if you actually took the time to find out about the union, if you're one of those people, obviously people listening to this clearly care about the union, be listening to our pod. But like, seriously, if people actually had an open mind and would follow, they might find, oh, actually, I really like the grit of this team.
Actually, if I show up and have a good time in Chester, maybe I actually come back here more.
Yeah.
Anyway, so CJ, 3 assists on the
3
day.
assists, yeah.
He's been on fire now, 5 assists. I think it's 7 overall.
He's been just tremendous since he came
Since
back.
come back to Lexington.
Yeah.
So, for those of you listening to the show, I was there in his last match in the USL in Las Vegas. Now, I will tell you, off camera, I can't share what the conversation was. We talked about Vegas and some things, but that's personal. I just have to be honest. Like, he did lit it up.
No, just he did get to share with us a bit about he did get to travel some different places that he'd never been.
No,
So,
and he shared a lot, and I actually think he'd be fine sharing this. And this is something maybe we need to wrap around with him about.
yeah.
But let's talk about CJ because
He gets loaned out in the middle of July to Lexington.
after we had interviewed him in the previous match, he's gone. And
He just didn't get to play much there. He really,
but
yeah.
there was life lessons. I think
Yeah.
sometimes people just need to learn things. And so for people listening, I asked him, like, what are life lessons going up from MLS Next Pro to USL? And here's what he had to say. So
I mean, USL life is extremely different, and I think the one thing I realize is like you're not going to be everyone's favorite, and it's once you hit like the real men's game, like it's cutthroat. Like if a coach has his guys, he's got his guys. If a team is a team, like that's a team. Like it can be difficult to integrate into a team that's in a good group mid-season, but just you're not going to be wherever you go, whether you're as good of a player or not as good of a player, whatever it may be. If you step into a team, that's a team. So it's going to be difficult to just get going right away sometimes. But I learned a big deal of physicality there. The league USL is very, very physical, which I liked a lot, and a lot of guys with very good experience and a lot of great guys. That Lexington team, I can't say one bad thing about any of the players on that team. Great group of guys as well. Just to learn from them, like not just soccer, but things in life and stuff off the field, which is also just as important as the on the field stuff.
Yeah, he was there with Corey Burke, by the way, of course. Um, so, but no, like just some really good stuff there from CJ. And I think that it was very eye-opening for him. I've talked to him many times this season. Okay.
We all have.
Y-
And
You know?
I think getting his first sniff of like how big of a jump Jim would talk about it,
Mhm.
Marlon talks about it. Heck, we even talked to Ryan Richter about what's better league, USL or MLS Next Pro, and Ryan immediately goes, USL. It is.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, MLS Next Pro has a long way to go. We still love covering it.
Oh, 100%.
But it is what it is at the end of the day. And it is what it is at the end of the day. So at the end of the day. No, he's learned and he's got that fire. Ryan talked to you about that.
Yeah,
He does.
he really does.
So can we talk about the playoffs? So we got Red Bulls and then the Union, New England, Chattanooga, Huntsville, Chicago Fire 2.
Cincinnati and Carolina
Who,
Core.
who you want to see first round?
So, and for those who are unaware of how
Yeah.
this works, let me explain this. Okay.
So can we also announce the date?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So first of all, um, and we're gonna hear soon about the pick your opponent
Yeah.
when they're gonna do that. They do like kind of like a Zoom, and the coaches get to pick their opponent for the first round. So it starts with the first seed, which will be Red Bulls 2. They'll get to choose their opponent first, and then Union 2 will go second. So the top three teams will choose their opponent from the fifth to eighth seeds. And
Correct.
then, of course, the fourth place team is stuck with who's ever left. So um, last year, I know that Cincy chose, you know, was it Crown Legacy or something? They chose team that they ended up getting bounced in the first round, and I think they went for like the eighth seed or whatever. Okay,
And then Marlon went for the fifth seed.
yeah, and but his reasoning was okay. Well, we've matched up well against NYC this season, and it paid off
And
because
he also
yep,
said, like, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
and so basically, if I'm Ryan Richter in this. And I'm looking at these teams, well, I would probably lean towards Cincinnati because Union 2 have had their number this season a bit. But on the flip side, Cincy also has a little bit of momentum. They're like playing pretty decent right now. So it's like honestly not feeling super comfortable about playing any of them, but
Oh, this team I'm playing. I'm playing.
Cincy, no. Huntsville, no. Chattanooga, Chattanooga, no. You going for Carolina Core? No.
I don't like Carolina. I want to stay far away from Carolina Core
That
because
was like the game that kind of
they're
like
just
put them on a
they're
bad
just
track.
a weird matchup.
They really are.
So is Huntsville. Huntsville's been a weird matchup.
You went Chicago?
I want Chicago. Get
Like they've been on a downward track a bit, but
well. Here's the
but
thing.
they also have Jason Shukaluk, who's
They
the
have the
Golden Boot
best
winner.
attack in the league. We know
Yeah.
that.
Well, if they put that Owen Pratt in goal, then
Well,
then
according
they
to
Union 2 lit him
Bentley,
up.
he's going to be a third stringer next year.
Like Chicago Fire 2 has a tremendous goalie in David Melenda. Like, okay, Melenda is really, really good, but they didn't start him in the home match and they put Pratt in and then Pratt got lit up by Union 2. So,
My thought is, because I was looking at this, my thought is that Red Bulls have done very well against Chicago. I think Bradley's going to go there. So if they go there, I'm going FC Cincinnati
Hmm.
first. Then I'm going Chicago Fire only because of their firepower, because if Strickland
Hmm.
has a night, yeah, it's over. I'm going Huntsville. Huntsville's just
They've
one.
just played them the one time this season. Like,
Yeah, Huntsville's kind of like,
well, they
man,
played what they played them.
Huntsville's
Yeah,
up and
just the one
down
time.
now. They've been hot late. And the
Yeah.
Carolina Core, like Huntsville's kind of
That was
in
just a
anomaly.
weird game. I mean, that one had like two penalties. Like, and
Yeah,
it
like,
was just kind of honestly some bad luck.
yeah, but, and then if they get out of the first round, team I want to avoid, I'm fine with Red Bull if they match up. I think they need redemption there.
They do.
I think they get taken care of. They take care of, taken care of. They take care of Chattanooga. They've proven that. Team I'm kind of worried about, even though they've beaten New England.
Yeah, because they did have that loss at home.
New England's just that team that if Liam Butts goes off, there's nothing you can do about
Yeah.
it.
And another thing I'm worried about with the playoffs too, like especially if they get deep in there, is they might be missing players. So
We'll get to that.
yeah.
We'll wait for that official
We
now.
don't know
We
what,
don't
yeah,
know. We don't know
just
anything.
no, but like there's the possibility because the U17 World Cup's gonna be
Yeah.
like in there. So if they're missing some players. Now, of course, um yeah, they have a lot of good players though, Union too. So guys that can step up, it's just next man up. So
It's gonna be interesting playoffs. But
for sure.
anyway, we are well over
Yeah.
our
And I didn't announce the date. So it's going to be the quarterfinals is going to be Sunday, October 19th at Subaru Park at 4 p.m. And they're going to put out ticket information about that soon. But people, like the first team's going to be away at Charlotte. It's a game that, well, there's not all that riding on it. Get down to Subaru Park and cheer them on because if you miss out on on Union 2's playoff games last year, yeah, you missed out. So get down there and support them.
yeah, I
It should
mean
be good.
it's gonna be a good match. Regardless of their opponents, we'll be covering
Yeah.
that. Um
And we will just
we might be back later this week. I still want to talk a little bit more about the U2 playoffs. I want to talk a little bit more about Charlotte and preview the MLS playoffs. I'm trying to
yeah.
get guests together. So anyway, moving on. One last topic we got.
Yeah. So Frankie Westfield has just been balling out at
Oh my
the
gosh.
U20 World Cup. I mean, you love to see it because his story's just been fantastic. Just his rise, you know, and to going from grinding it out with the Academy Union 2, making his mark last year with Union 2, getting his opportunities with the first team, and becoming a starter like consistently. Here he is down in Chile with the U20s starting down there, and he was important. They're winning against New Caledonia, and then they're winning against France. He started both those games. He has he had a goal and he had an assist. He had a hockey assist in the second game. He didn't play in the game against South Africa, but whatever, because they'd already won the group at that point. But they play Thursday. They're gonna play Thursday against what, Italy?
Yeah.
So that's big. I want to say, isn't it like at 3 o'clock-ish, something like that? Anyway, so shout out to Frankie Westfield. Like, that's awesome. And I hope he continues to do well. I mean, yeah, you'd love to have him back soon, but for the Union, but hey, the Union won the Shield without him. Yeah, like I said, I wish he could have been there to celebrate that, But
He was there,
but
but
I know he was chiming in on lives and stuff on the
yeah,
Instagram live,
but we're not gonna get into
but
that.
no, like so
He has been impressive and he's playing different
yeah.
style.
Yeah, so all I'll say is, everybody enjoy him while he's on the Union because if he keeps going the way he's going, he's gonna get a lot of interest. But
And
you
I'm
know,
gonna try to get on tomorrow at this time that you're probably hopefully um it'll be out sometime tomorrow in the afternoon. I'm planning. I'll be on with Marco, the U20 coach, and we're gonna try to get some questions how he's feeling about Frankie, or somebody's gonna ask.
But yeah, you just hear like these people that cover this, like, cover the national team stuff and just singing his praises. And he's just probably, for a lot of these people, this kid has come out of nowhere. And because people know about, like, Kremoski and like some of these
Yeah.
guys, but like it's like, oh, who's this Frankie guy? People, of course, who follow MLS, might have seen it. But yeah, so kudos to Frankie, just been impressive. Philly kid just on the rise here. Couldn't be happier for him.
Oh,
So
no.
so it's awesome, and hopefully they keep just, being impressive there. Yeah, so
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Keep following. We're going to talk about the U17 World Cup roster after this training camp. I'm sure it's going to get
yeah.
announced.
And of course, and Eddie Davis got to be there in
Yeah,
Chile as a training player, and he came back. He was back, of course, before Saturday's game. He had just gotten back, I think, not that long before, maybe a
he
day or
nearly
two
got
before.
in that day.
Yeah, yeah. So he was there to celebrate. I mean, I saw him down the field. It's like, oh, good, he was back. So, I'm sure Eddie had a great experience with that, and it was great for him to have that opportunity. And yeah, there's national team camps coming up in this international window here. A bunch of these guys getting opportunities. So, yeah, hey, these young guys getting opportunities, it's great. And again, hopefully the U20s continue to, crush it. And yeah, go Frankie.
Yeah, good Frankie, and we'll be back later this week. I do want to have another episode this week, so
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Continue to check out our website. We might have some articles as news breaks, but anyway, this is another episode of One Team We Agree On.
Yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave us comments. We love hearing from you. And thank you to everyone who has been doing so. And yeah, and thanks to the people who have like come up to us at the games and tailgates and things. So we appreciate it. And but yeah, thank you for all of that. So yeah,
We didn't think we'd do this, and now we're doing this,
here we are.
and here we are. Anyway, until next time, I'm Kyle,
I'm Jillian.
and we'll see you at the game.